Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here today to reflect on one of the most profound truths that can shape our lives, the reality of being chosen by God. To be chosen by the Creator of the universe is not a mere label. It is a divine calling that carries with it a weight of purpose, intimacy, and responsibility. However, with this sacred privilege comes the need for careful stewardship. There are parts of our journey with God that are meant to remain hidden, for they are too sacred, too precious to be shared with the world. In our desire to understand and express our spiritual experiences, we must remember that some things are not meant for public display. Today, I want to explore 5 key things that, if you are God's chosen ones, should never be revealed to anyone. These are the treasures that, when guarded, allow us to walk in the fullness of His purpose for our lives. The purpose of your divine calling is sacred and should remain veiled, not for public consumption. When you are chosen by God, the reasons behind His selection are not for you to comprehend in full, nor are they for the approval or validation of others. To reveal the purpose of your calling can reduce its weight, diluting the power it holds within you. It's easy to seek affirmation from the world, but doing so risks distorting your path. God's work in your life is a personal journey, and He alone knows its intricacies and how it will unfold. By sharing your purpose too freely, you invite external opinions and distractions that may lead you to question your own trust in His plan. Guarding the sacredness of your calling ensures that its power remains untapped by the world's understanding and instead allows it to grow in the quiet, unspoken trust between you and your Creator. The depth of your relationship with God is not meant for public spectacle. In a world that constantly seeks to share, like, and validate, the intimacy you share with your Creator should remain sacred and private. These moments, when your soul is most vulnerable, are when God works His deepest transformation in you, and exposing them can disrupt that sacred communion. When you reveal your private prayers, revelations, or worship experiences to others, you risk losing the purity of those moments. The beauty of a deep connection with God lies in its quietness, away from external distractions and the pressures of others' expectations. It is in these private, intimate exchanges that God cultivates His relationship with you, strengthening your spirit and guiding you toward His will. These experiences are not for others to understand or critique. They are your personal treasure, a wellspring of divine peace that transcends words. The divine plans for your future are shrouded in mystery, and it is not for you to reveal every detail. God's path for you often unfolds piece by piece, with each step revealed at the appropriate moment. Sharing the specifics of your future before it is time can invite confusion and doubt. People around you may not understand, or worse, they may impose their own expectations on your journey, distorting the direction God has laid out for you. It's easy to become entangled in the need to explain yourself or prove that your path is right. But the truth is, God's plan is often far greater than you can comprehend. By keeping His plans close to your heart, you allow them to mature in their own time. Trusting in His timing and guidance ensures that your steps are aligned with His purpose, free from interference and distractions. Your joy in God's presence is a sacred gift, one that should not be flaunted or paraded. In a world that values external validation, it may be tempting to share every moment of peace or happiness you experience in your relationship with God. However, this joy is not meant to be an object of comparison or envy. It is a deep, personal wellspring of contentment and peace that comes from a connection with your Creator, and its true power lies in its quiet, unspoken nature. Revealing this joy too openly may lead others to misunderstand it, thinking it is something to be mimicked or envied, when in reality it is uniquely yours, cultivated through a personal relationship with God. This joy is not for the approval of others, but is a reminder of the blessings and fulfillment found in His presence. By keeping it sacred, you honor the purity of that experience, allowing it to sustain and strengthen you in ways that go beyond words. It becomes a source of inner peace that transcends external circumstances, and its true depth can only be fully appreciated by those who have experienced it firsthand in their own journey with God. When you are chosen by God, there are certain sacred aspects of your life that must remain hidden, for they are meant to protect the purity of His work in you. The purpose of your calling is not for public consumption, nor is it meant to be dissected by the opinions of others. It is deeply personal, a divine covenant between you and the Creator. Revealing too much of your spiritual journey, especially when you're still walking through it, can dilute its significance and open the door for misunderstandings. People might offer advice that distorts God's will for your life, or, even worse, place doubt in your heart. Your relationship with God, the plans He has for you, and the growth He's fostering within you are not things to be put on display for external validation. Guard them as treasures, knowing that in time, God will reveal the fullness of His work when it is right. Trust that the beauty of your calling is seen most clearly in your quiet obedience, not in the way the world might try to make sense of it. Being chosen by God is an immense privilege, one that carries with it a sacred responsibility to guard the deepest parts of your relationship with Him. Your calling, struggles, and joys are not for the eyes of the world, for they are woven into a divine tapestry that only God fully understands. The mystery of His plans for your life requires patience, trust, and quiet reverence, not the need for external validation. When you honor these aspects of your spiritual journey, you allow God to work in you in the most profound ways. Protect the sanctity of your relationship with Him, and let His presence shape you in the way He has intended. As you walk this path, remember that not everything is meant to be shared. Some treasures are too sacred to be revealed to anyone but the one who knows you best. Keep your heart aligned with His will, and He will lead you on a journey far beyond what the world could ever offer.